There's a lot of talk out on the street about his mother, his mother, your mother, their mother. But in the end, is anyone really even thinking about them?
I'm Shelby County Sheriff Floyd Bonner. You have now entered the Shelby County Jail. You have been placed here by the orders of the court until you can post bond or have your day in court. While here, you are expected to follow the rules and comply with the orders given. Also, you are expected to treat staff members and other inmates with respect. In return, you will be treated with respect. Remember, the rules of this facility are designed for your safety and the safety of those who work and live here. It is important while you are here in our jail that you understand our rules and regulations and that you abide by them throughout your stay.
Go to jail for a gun crime, and your family serves a sentence with you.
I'm Kirk Fields, Chief Jailer of the Shelby County Sheriff's Office Jail Division. The first rule that you must always follow is to respect one another. Respect the staff who work with you on a daily basis, and respect the inmates who are housed with you in the pods and cell blocks. Respect for each other will bring about an environment that is mutually accommodating to you and others in the jail. If you have any existing medical problems, report those as soon as possible. If you have ongoing medical problems, we have daily sick call available. If you have more serious problems, we work with our local hospitals. We will transport you there for any additional medical care if the need arises. We follow at this jail a system referred to as direct supervision. We have staff available 24 hours a day, and they are within eyeshot of you at all times. This is for two purposes: for you to talk to us about any needs and for our staff to maintain strict observation of you. Take advantage of this and use it to your benefit. Should you find that the rules and regulations of our jail are not being followed by our staff and you think they need to be reported, we have a grievance system available to you. You may appeal formally to your pod officer to address your grievances. If you do not believe they are being handled correctly at that level, a formal grievance procedure is in place. Forms are available and you can be instructed on their use by your pod officer. Should you choose not to abide by the rules and regulations of the jail, we have a disciplinary policy that goes into action. We strongly encourage you to follow the rules so you do not have to be involved in our disciplinary system. Be sure to take advantage of the opportunities that are available to you in our jail. We have many programs: recreational, educational, religious, and counseling. Your pod officer and your counselor can inform you about these programs and how to get involved with them. The important thing is that you focus on your own case. Do not compare your case and how it is being treated with any other inmate in our jail. Be sure to work closely with your legal advisor. Work closely with those in the community who are assisting you with your case. The following video will give you an overview of the rules, procedures, and services during your stay. Please pay close attention. If you have any questions, you may ask your pod officer, unit counselor, floor sergeant, or unit manager for clarification.
The start of safety and security begins with the intake processing, where your personal property is secured until you are released. You will then be inspected for security purposes by a trained deputy jailer and positively identified. Next, you will be evaluated by our healthcare professionals in an attempt to establish your healthcare needs so we can provide you with adequate medical care. After your healthcare assessment is completed, you will be interviewed by the pre-trial release staff to determine if you are eligible to be released prior to your court date. Your next interview will be with our classification unit. This unit will determine your needs and requirements and will assign housing based upon those needs. After all interviews are completed, you will go to post-booking, where you will remain until it is determined if you can or cannot post a bond for your release. If you cannot post a bond, you will be issued jail clothing, bedding, and personal hygiene items. You will then be directed to your assigned housing location. Your experience at the detention center will be based entirely upon your behavior. We operate under the unit management theory of direct supervision in our general population housing. The unit manager has the responsibility and authority to oversee your care and custody while in this facility. Your housing will either be in an open dormitory or pod. Upon arrival in your housing unit, you will meet the housing officer, who will introduce you to the rules and regulations of the unit. This orientation will provide you with the information about security procedures as well as various programs, including religious and educational. We encourage you to participate in programs as a way to stay mentally alert and be involved in a productive activity while here. Medical care procedures will also be explained, as well as recreational, library, visitation, social services, and commissary. Persons who are placed in special needs housing fit into one or more of the following categories: medical and mental health care, persons whose physical or mental conditions require more intense supervision; administrative, segregation, persons who are at high risk or through their behavior have shown they cannot live in the general population and require a higher degree of supervision, will be separated and placed under a close watch with limited access to opportunities offered in the general population. Persons found with contraband, participating in illegal activities, failing to obey a lawful order, or participating in any action which disrupts the orderly running of this institution will be dealt with in a swift and decisive manner. Protective custody. Persons who have demonstrated a need for special housing because of a fear for personal safety, nature of criminal charges, material witness, informant, and elderly. This jail operates under the authority of the sheriff and has many policies and procedures to provide guidance to both staff and inmates. While it is expected that staff and inmates will comply with all policies and procedures at all times, there will be times when this will not be true.